Hello! Hello there. How are we getting on? Welcome to the first Cool Times TV. We have a whole bunch. Let me just turn that down straight away. Good technical issues straight away. Hello, how are we getting on? Hello, Neighbour. Hello, Lorky Chief. How are we getting on? Am I sounding alright? Can you see me? Hello, Muslin CM. How are you getting on? Does everything sound alright? There should be a wee bit of music in the background. It's hard for me to monitor everything all at once. Intrigued? Yes, well, as well you might be intrigued. Hello, thank you very much, Ceili Ray there. She will be appearing very shortly. Muslin, if you're not sure what this is, and hello to anyone else who's not sure what is going on, this evening, what we have is an entire lineup way into the wee hours of people from or based in Northern Ireland. We have myself, Marcus Keeley, hello. We also have Mary Flanigan and Ceili Ray Minogue, who's in the chat there, and we have Robert J.E. Simpson, and we're a bunch of people who normally would be performing, say, in front of a crowd, but because of all these strange times, we decided to make them into cool times. And so we're doing a sort of night where we all do our own thing for a whole evening. So you don't need to switch on the TV, you don't need to get on there on Netflix and all that, because there's a whole evening of entertainment lined up for you. So if we're all happy enough with that, have any questions here? Who else have we got here in the chat? Lorcan, how are you getting on? Never, hello. Sounds good. The evening sounds good, and I sound good. So hopefully that'll be all right for now. Look, I did a wee thing here. See that? I haven't actually printed that on the wall because look, my fingers can go behind it. It's not actually like Live, Laugh, Love style print. It's a wee overlay, so it is. I know, look at that. That's like magic, isn't it? That is absolutely mad. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to kick off proceedings by having a wee chat with everyone who's on. Gasp, that's a Kira Cakes Gasp, I believe it is, from her gasping times in Dead by Daylight. Maybe a wee bit of that later on from me. I was gonna do a wee bit of Flight Simulator later on. As we can see, can we see? We can't see. Let me have a wee look here. We'll get this. Well, we'll see. We're gonna see what the schedule is. Look at these cool cats. All these cool emote bleed purple and cool cat and to give please. Well, I give please and I take NRG. Gamer banter on the old Twitch the night. So yeah, we're gonna, as I say, we're gonna see a whole bunch of people. I'm gonna chat to them now for a wee bit, just so we can get familiar with them, get a wee taster of what they've got planned for the evening. And I'll be on much later in the evening, as I said, doing a wee bit of Flight Simulator, maybe, or Dead by Daylight. I'll see what the crack is. Maybe a wee bit of, I don't know, maybe a wee bit of murdering, and then a sort of calm down, chill out flight in Flight Simulator. We tour in the North Coast. Do we tour in the North Coast? No idea what they are, to be fair. Yeah, I think they're memes. A lot of young people on Twitch. So maybe that's something that the young kids are into these days. I'm not too familiar with what they're into. I played Fortnite twice, once a week. Yes, so that's basically what we're gonna do now. There's a lot going on here tonight. There's a ton of stuff going on in the background. I have a whole production team working away in the other room, but unfortunately they're working on a different program, so it's up to me to sort of try and do this first wee bit and try and get everything working as it should. And if it doesn't, well, as they say in the industry, in the biz, that's Twitch. You know, they say that, don't they? They've been streaming for about a month. People have constantly been saying that to me the whole time. Well, that's Twitch. Let me just change the category here because we're not playing marbles on stream. That's the first faux pas. Can we mark that down, please, as the first tech faux pas? Let's do that. Right. Let's have a wee look, and let's see. Hopefully, this will work correctly. There are no guarantees in this life or the next of what will be happening. Now, let me see. We will talk first because we're going to do it in the order of the lineup, and we'll be able to see the schedule on the next screen if I've planned this to perfection. We're first life's a Twitch. That's right, Keeley, right? We're going to talk to Mary Flanigan first, because she will be the first person on after me. So let's get her on the old chat. See if I can get her in the room as it goes. Let me see. That looks like it might be all right. Let me just switch over. Look at that technical progress, and that's a window we're seeing there. Very nice, very nice. Let me just see if I can just turn this off. Mary, hello. Hello. How are you getting on? Are you all right this evening?
I'm well. I'm very, very well. I'm very excited. I'm very excited that my computer can't tell the difference between my two cameras, which is why you are up close and personal. But hold on, there we go. That's being focused. Yes. So I'm very excited to be doing Cruel Times TV. I just finished writing the adventure.
Fresh, or hot, or fresh off the presses? What would you say?
I would say fresh from the oven, fresh and piping hot, and it's sitting underneath a wee tea towel, waiting to cool down, so it's nice enough for everyone to have a slice.
Oh, very nice. Cooling down for Cool Times TV. We do have a message in the chat. Time for toddler bedtime will be lurking. Chat soon, says Muslin CM. So it's just in case you were worried that Muslin wasn't giving you full attention. They'll be back later on. They've got to put a wee babby to bed. So
a wee babby to bed, and I'm thankful that at least tonight this won't be the Twitch stream that ends in us calling Child Protective Services. It's fine. Putting the baby to bed is the important thing, I think. And as long as it's your baby, I don't know. Anyway, yes, well, thank you very much for clarifying that. And I'll be delighted to welcome you back whenever you eventually return.
Exactly. And that's exactly what Muslin says. Exactly. And then a wee purple heart, although I don't think there's any military connotation. I think that's a Twitch thing.
I think it is a Twitch thing. I tried to send a pink heart one time and it's just consistently purple hearts, purple hearts, purple hearts. Maybe some sort of deep state American army kind of recruitment thing.
What do you get a purple heart for? Do you know?
Being very good at army.
Very good at army. And if anyone in the chat, if anyone in the chat knows or has access to Google, perhaps they can inform us. Mary, what have you got set up for us this evening? You mentioned an adventure there, so to those who may be unfamiliar with your deal, what you do on Twitch best.
So I do choose your own adventures, where I have a bunch of choices written on bits of paper, and I talk the chat through an adventure. And they get to kind of decide where the story goes and decide what happens. They get to pick names for the characters. Last Sunday, we were Bigfoot, and Bigfoot wanted to be a star, and we ended up starring in a Mike Leigh film, I believe.
It was very gritty, yeah, I remember that.
Yes, it was a gritty Mike Leigh film, and then setting up our own modeling agency for hairy women, and in fact, changing beauty standards for women across the world. Other times we were a ghost that had to solve its own murder. And just kind of like various things. It starts somewhere, it goes somewhere else. There's a satisfying narrative conclusion. I have all the choices written out on bits of A4 with different colored Sharpie. It's sort of half improvised in that sometimes the chat will want to do something that I haven't actually prepared for, and I just try and go with it. So it's very like, if you want to, it's possible to completely derail the adventure. Basically, I have my control of the story is on a knife edge constantly. But yeah, no, I'm excited to do it again tonight. And so that's what I do mostly on Twitch, is choose your own adventures, and which I write and then perform-ish. Is it performing?
I guess.
Reading along? Who knows?
You're the lead Imagineer in the tale. Let's just say you lead the crowd, but that's the important thing. The crowd do depend on, or you depend on the crowd to give the choices. So, go left into the forest, go right up the castle, whatever.
Yeah, and there's usually things like, take your ex-boyfriend back, kick him to the curb, which monologue are you going to do for Mike Lee so you get a part in the film. So basically, if you're watching along and you don't have a Twitch account, please make one. Mm-hmm. Please make one just so you can join in the chat, because I see the answers coming up on the Twitch chat log, and then I kind of go with whatever the majority of the chat wants to do. Sometimes I'll just do I'll get someone to I'll highlight someone if the chat seems like torn, like say it's like I get 4 answers want to do this, 4 answers want to do that, then I'll pick somebody to be the deciding vote. So it's you get to kind of know people in the chat. There's nice we sort of it's a nice wee community. It is,
and that's the important thing. I thought it's Cool Times TV. It'll be a good idea to try and forge some sort of community online, because there's big Twitch communities, like the likes of Limmy has created a massive, mainly Scottish community, but then has got a lot of people, and there's people Muslin saw earlier there, who hopefully the baby is asleep now, is part of that community. And if I can just break with tradition at the moment and just say male enlargement pills, thanks very much for the follow. That's just Mary, you've encouraged male enlargement pills to follow.
I'm delighted. This makeup took 3 minutes, and that was the intended effect.
Well, there you go.
So, great.
Fantastic. Hopefully male enlargement pills will play a part in your story, at least in the chat element of it anyway.
Well, who knows? I might do some last minute rewrites and try and get male enlargement pills a more pivotal role.
Yeah, well, there you go.
In the chat.
That's your thing. If you're watching and you haven't yet made an account, make one now, because Mary's going to be on at about 8:30 or so. So you need to chat along, and maybe male enlargement pills, that username is taken, but maybe there's other interesting usernames out there that are yet to be snapped up. Okay, thanks very much, Mary. I will chat to you later on tonight if you want to go and finish your wee bits and pieces and
leave this meeting now, I believe.
I guess so, yes. I'm not sure what will happen when you do that, but let's find out. Let's see what happens.
It's been delightful to chat with you. I look forward to having you later on the chat, and I look forward to seeing everybody later for the Choose Your Own Adventure thing. Yay!
Yay! Off she goes, and an awful thumbnail of my face appears in her place. Let's have a wee look in the chat here. Ceili Ray talking about the Purple Heart. I think that's what you get if you're one of the people who plants a flag on a mountain or something. I think that's probably correct. Muslin Sam says this is like being the poor sod who ends up sitting in the front row at a show. Well, you've been excused. You've had a baby, and please, it's not a We're not here to abuse the chat. The chat is here to interact with us and us interact with them. And all of the streams tonight are interactive to a certain degree, a big degree. It depends how much you want to get involved. So if you haven't got your Twitch account yet, sign up and give us a wee follow so you can keep up to date with what's happening. And as I mentioned, Mary is going to be on shortly. Whenever that does happen, I'm going to raid her. And if you don't know what a raid is, it means that one channel host is taking up all their viewers and pushing them onto another channel. And when that happens, up in the top right of the chat, it'll say Marcus Keeley is raiding Mazflaz, which is Mary. And there'll be a big purple button that says leave. Don't press that. It might seem like it means, oh, leave to go to the other channel. It just means, fuck everything. I'm not going. So you see the purple leave button up there later on? Don't press it. Never press the purple leave button. Robert Simpson, who is on later on, talking about the military in an NI-based chat. I can see we're courting potential controversy and stereotypes already. Smiley face. And Never says, I hate that picture. Well, it is my face. Okay, right, let's have a wee look here and see. We are going to have our next person on, and this is going to be Ceili Ray Minogue is going to be on, and I believe there are some technical things that I need to do once she comes in because the preview does not look good. So let's admit to the room and see what happens. Hello Hello, 1 wee second there. Let me just transition over to you. Hello, Keeley Ray. How are you getting on?
Hello. I am very bright here, aren't I? Let me just get some of my backing lights down.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There we go.
There's a lot of what would you say, loots going on there.
I think the word is lux. I didn't do Latin at school, so it is a bit above my station. I just call them lights, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, that works. It makes more sense rather than trying to be too technically advanced about it. Let's have a wee look here, and there we go. We've fixed you there now. We can see you a bit better. You were very small there before, but I have increased. What's that you've got on? Is that a nose strip?
This is a vanity bandage, Marcus. All the rage at the moment.
I see. And what function does that serve? Is that is it a fashion statement just, or what is it?
It works as a fashion statement, but also I'm using it in order to help free my airways because I've been having a lot of nasal issues at the moment. So it's been really great for both of those, two birds with one stone.
Yeah, well, there we go. That you certainly look well prepared, and you actually are matching your wee outfit in the preview screen below your wee avatar. You're wearing the exact same. Now, I'm not to presume you only have one outfit.
I think that's a safe assumption at this point, Marcus. To be honest with you, it's been difficult to get out and buy outfits suiting my tastes, given the current climate. But it does the job. There's only so much I can change. That was the reason for the vanity bandage in the end, was to try and differentiate myself so people knew they were looking at me now as opposed to me in the promotional image.
Yeah, that's physically the only difference that we can see. We have some very interesting trivia in from Robert Simpson. Lux, Lux, from the Latin for fragrant soap. So there you go.
I don't know if I believe that. I'm not in a position to. I'm not academically inclined, so I couldn't say it's wrong. But it feels weird to me that they would have such a short word for soap.
So you're not well enough educated to know that what the actual answer is, but you don't believe that. Is that you saying officially now that you have had enough of the experts?
I don't want to wade into this, but I think it is fair to say that we've all been in positions where we've heard things that are, for lack of a better, they're very believable, but there's just something in your gut that just says no. And I think that's as far as I'm willing to go on it.
No, that's okay. That's no problem. It's very exciting to speak to because this is the first time we have actually had, I was going to say a conversation in real life, but a conversation using our voices. Any other time, absolutely, it's been with your technical team, your PR team. This is a bit of a thrill for me personally.
Well, I'm very happy that I've been able to provide that for someone who's been so helpful in my career. After all, this is my first paid gig, so that's a big deal. And yeah, I've been under not necessarily house arrest, a sort of self-imposed house arrest for the last few months, I think it's fair to say. So the technical team have been good in getting out there, getting me supplies, keeping me well versed on current events. It sounds very bleak out there at the moment.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a terrible lot of the fun or point of going out there. Seeing as you are being well looked after, what item do you find yourself asking your team again and again to go and get you? What is the essential item for you?
Now, this might ring a bell with you, and it might not. Kinder used to sell, and they still do, but they're very elusive. They used to sell milk slices.
Oh yes,
it's sort of like little chocolate sponge. I risk even calling it sponge, to be honest with you. It's more the idea of food than anything else. And it had this layer of honeyed cream in the middle, and I just go mad for those things.
I know what you're talking about. They are just the milk slice, sort of like a weird spongy bottom of a sandal slice in amongst some milky goodness. I don't remember the honey bit now. I just remember sheer milk.
I feel like I remember seeing honey on the cover of this food, and I was just willing to believe it was in there. But now that you have pointed that out, I do feel like maybe I do need to listen to my gut again and reflect on if there actually was any honey in there or whether Kinder were having me on.
Well, it's something to consider throughout this evening. Neighbour says in the chat, you can get them in Creighton's on the Lisburn Road. So you might want to send your team there. Connor S says cool times, and that is the order of the evening, cool times. And what have you got lined up for us tonight, Keeley Ray?
Well, we have. I'm a bit of a traditionalist when it comes to Twitch. I like to keep to the video games. I am a Premier gamer girl as it is. So we're going to be playing. There was a plan originally, and I will go into details with this when we get to my slot. I had a vintage game lined up, but it has vanished. It does not exist. So in its place, I've got a replacement. We're going to be playing as an Amazon warehouse employee tonight.
Ooh.
We're all going to get to experience the thrill of what it's like to be under the thumb of Bezos.
Well, we all...
Thanks for the follow.
Bridget Flan, thank you very much for the follow. We all know already what it's like to be under the thumb of Bezos as being premier Twitch streamers, so it'll be interesting to let the audience in on that and enjoy that. So I will let you go now and prepare. Surely that game that you were talking about there, maybe that was like the honey and the milk slice. Maybe it never existed. That's why you couldn't find it, perhaps?
I might need the hour now to look back on that and emotionally recover from that realization.
Yeah, well, tough times.
Give me a lot to think about there, Marcus.
Well, tough times ahead for all of us. But you will be on in about an hour's time. By the things 9:30, Ceili Ray. Everyone in the chat, if you aren't already following Mazflaz, Ceili Ray, or RJE Simpson, or indeed myself, please give us a wee follow just so you can keep track of what's happening. But Ceili Ray, thanks very much, and we will see more from you later this evening.
I'll see you later on.
See ya. Now let me try and switch scene without it breaking. There we go. And right, so that's Ceili Ray, that's Mary Mazflaz. Let's get our final pre Cool Times TV chat show a bollock about person on. What a horrible introduction. So let's check out the chat here. Oh, Muslin's back. Hello there. So lucky to be born without her. She is very, very beautiful. The rest of us have to pay. And as you know, I'm very glad that Ceili Ray's stream tonight is not a pay what she says stream, which it often is. Okay, let's have we look here and see if I can get our final guest of the Cool Times TV chat nonsense in. Let's admit him into the room. Not sponsored by Zoom. Nearly closed the broadcasting software there. That would have been good. Let's have a wee look here and see. Let's switch over if we can. Indeed, switch, and a nice wee transition on the way going. Oh, let's try this. Let's try a fade transition. 1, 2, 3, fade. There we go. It's Robert J.E. Simpson. Robert, how are you getting on this evening?
I'm fine. I still don't understand Twitch, really, which is my biggest concern about doing a Twitch evening.
You are all right. You're currently live on my channel to everyone. If you want to say hello to everyone while I just crop your screen rather unprofessionally mid-broadcast. And
okay.
There we go.
I'm watching you while I'm watching myself. It's fascinating. Hello to everybody out there. Marcus, I see you're just one person off your target. That's very exciting.
Oh, am I? Does it say? Where does it say? I can't see my own.
I saw that somewhere. It says that you were on 49 people. You were on 47 when you started.
Ooh, that would be nice. Where is that?
I think you may make it tonight. I think this may be your Twitch zenith.
Oh, this could truly be the making of me. Just as a wee alert there. This Zoom call will end in 10 minutes. Because we're too cheap to pay for professional Zoom. Do you remember the days Zoom used to give it to you for free because we were all afraid we were going to die, and now it doesn't really matter anymore, so they're back to charging us for more than 40 minutes?
I'm still caught up on Skype. I mean, everyone forgot about it for such a long time, and I've started using it again just because I feel that, you know, it was such a good, efficient program. It has not been loved enough during these weird months of 2020, and it's free.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, it's a Zoom's I guess was a trendy thing. People maybe because of the parlance Zoomers. I'm not a Zoomer. I'm a millennial. And what comes after that? Gen Z. So it's Zoomers. Before that, it was Gen Y or Boomers. No, Gen X. Who knows?
it's just another way of labeling people and making them feel inferior. So I try and avoid it.
So what have you got planned later, Robert? And I know sometimes I've been watching your streams and it's kind of been there's been a topic and it's sort of freewheeling discussion off the back of the chat. Or have you got a specific schedule you're going to be sticking to tonight?
No, there's no schedule. I mean, I'm going to try and stream it just on Twitch tonight, which normally I dual feed, which is an interesting sort of hybrid experience where I feel like I'm playing to two different groups of people who don't really get on.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this time I thought I'll try and do a solely Twitch thing. I'll see who's knocking around, and basically it's a free-form conversation. I may indeed over the next few hours decide what it is that I'm going to talk about and focus on a particular topic and try and use that to stimulate a bit of conversation. But basically it depends on what other people bring to me. If they bring little gems that spark off all sorts of strange thoughts, then we'll run with them. And as long as people don't mind me monologuing for a bit, then it should be fun, I hope.
It will be good and it will be fun. I'm enjoying your setup there behind you. You have two lava lamps on the go there, I believe. Oh, three. There's three. That's a wall mounted lava lamp, isn't it?
There's two of them. Yeah, they're very nice new ones from Mathmos. So it was a guilty indulgence this year was to get the wall mounted lava lamps.
Oh, very nice.
There are 4 lava lamps. You can't see the fourth one. It's number 4.
There we go. It must get very hot in that room.
It does, but that's got nothing to do with the lava lamps.
I was going to say you're not sponsored by a lava lamp company, but if you were to be sponsored by a company,
I'm trying. I mean, like if people want to buy lava lamps, and particularly off Mathmoth, and let them know that you felt inspired by watching me. I mean, if I can get enough of them, I've definitely had about 3 or 4 people have told me since I started doing these videos that they have bought lava lamps as a result of them. So it does work.
It does work. That if the things continue the way they are, and off the back of Twitch, you could start doing Twitch stream lava lamps and pack it all in and just be known as a Twitch lava lamp man. Maybe that username's taken if people want to jump in and try and grab that before Robert. Who knows?
Does sound rather lovely prospect, doesn't it?
Let's have a wee look here in the chat and see a lot of people asking for MSN to be brought back. MSN was one of the best messaging platforms because it was the only one around my time. Let me see. This isn't a Mel Gibson stay away from UFOs thing, is it? Did we start to go down some sort of conspiracy lava lamp based hole here?
I don't think we had this time, did we? I mean, I definitely I've approached it before. I mean, we could try.
Give me just a top 3 favorite conspiracy theories, if you can, just off the top of your head. We don't need to go into detail, but give me your top 3.
Top 3 theories of conspiracy. Being an Elvis fan, I've always loved the idea that Elvis did not, in fact, die in 1977. Instead, he went into hiding. I quite like that one. To be honest, I quite like the conspiracy theory about the World Trade Center in 2001, based on the back of the fact that the Lone Gunman, the X-Files spin-off, predicted it 6 months ahead of it. And for number 3, oh gosh, I don't know. I think I'll have to think about that one.
That could be something for later, perhaps.
I see. I feel like it's political, and I don't enjoy right now. I think there's far too much politics going on for my kind of sanity. I'm much before the weird, quirky things. Let's indulge in the idea that all the royal family are lizards. That infamous David Icke one. I don't really know how that works as sort of lizard beings. I can't see it myself, but then that's maybe the problem because they have disguised themselves to my capables.
They've disguised themselves so well as completely normal human members of society. Is the royal family a member of society? Yes, they're not. They're high society, the highest of all societies.
They are society. We are not. We're just like people, things, plebs. Which is another Latin word for poor people.
There we go. A lot of Latin, a lot of lava lamps. Maybe we can get another L in there for later tonight. Robert, thanks very much. We will see you at 11:30, all things being well. Or no, we won't. We'll see you at 10:30. I was originally correct.
I'm going to be there for 10:30. Hopefully other people will join me then too.
Enough for me because I'm starting to make mistakes now. But thank you very much, Robert. We'll see and hear more from you later on.
Pleasure, Marcus. See you later.
No worries. How do I do this now? There he goes. And there's the horrible thumbnail of my face. And there we go. Right, so that's everyone that you're going to see tonight. Of course, you're going to see me after. Let me just go back here into the schedule. We've done me. We're going to head over to Mary very, very shortly, and then Ceili Ray, and then Robert Simpson, and then at 11:30. Jesus Christ. It's only 8:30, and I'm already making these sorts of mistakes. We are Bridget Flan. Thank you for the follow. I can't remember if I actually said it out loud, but I meant it in my heart. Let's check out the wee chat here. How are we getting on? What would you drink a lava lamp? What price? Lava lamp. For what price? What is a lava lamp made of? Is it wax and sort of oil? Probably £100,000 if I don't die. Far too much goo, says Robert Simpson. Correct. Far too much goo. Right. So here's the plan. We're gonna stay here. But meaning you don't do anything. I'm going to push you straight onto Mary. You don't need to do anything. You just need to sit there and wait. And we're going to raid Mary. And then Mary's going to raid Ceili. And then Keely's going to raid Robert. And Robert's going to raid me. So that's what's going to happen. Can we open one later and see? Robert, you've got a whole evening planned ahead of you. Can you consume an entire lava lamp in 1 hour? That's what Twitch was made for. So... Now, just before we move on, we're about to head over to Mary. The reason Cool Times TV is called Cool Times is because back in the old days when you could go outside and go to comedy gigs, and I would MC a show, we say to the audience, hey guys, are we going to have a shit time or a cool time? And the audience would go, cool times. And one guy at the back would be like, shit times. So in the chat, can we have cool times? And then I'll shove you over to Mary. Ladies and gents, are we going to have a cool time or a shit time? Cool times from Ceili Ray. Are we going to have any more? There might be a delay. Cool times. Cool times, that's it. We've got 3 cool times. We're out of here. Right, let's raid Mary. And Mary hopefully is live. Oh, there's shit times for Muslim. Thank you very much. Of course, there has to be one. There's always one. Let's have a wee look here and see moderator Marcus Keeley. And is Mazflaz live just before? And we're hearing me back over that. And there she is. She is there. Ladies and gents, but cool times really. That's right. Away we go, and I will see you later on tonight. Hopefully it's a cool time night.